2. Hello, all you wonderful people, and welcome back to the Nordic Gulag. We are here with more Vampire the Masquerade V20 the Gilded Cage. And I still haven't fixed the sound alert. Son of a bitch, what?
You got some shelving behind you now, don't you? It's not so much a Nordic Gulag.
A Nordic prison library? Hello, Ani, how are you doing? Previously on The Gilded Cage, Jeremiah Faulkner and Franz Freedom's Man? What do we finally settle on? Franz Freedom's Man?
It's up to interpretation. It's just like tomato.
Jeremiah and Franz called in a rendezvous with Jeremiah's Nosferatu friend by the name of Squid. And originally Squid was distrustful of somebody who was a Camarilla lawkeeper, effectively. But in order to win him over, Franz decided to submit to a level 1 blood bond to Squid. In return, they found out an interesting bit of information. You see, the two greatest contenders for Prince of the Domain of St. Louis are Everesca and Carson. And it becomes that they are actually siblings of the same sire, pitted against one another and engaged in a decades, if not centuries-long battle to one-up the other. And thus, vying for the domain of St. Louis is simply another one of their petty squabbles. You asked Squid to see if he could arrange some sort of meeting with Carson, or at least find out where he would be. He asked you to give him a night, and he will give you a location the next day. And so Squid took his leave and left Jeremiah and Franz in the cathedral that once served as Jeremiah's communal haven while he was a member of SWAT. Meanwhile, John Lee Pettimore took it upon himself to start hunting down some of the Thin Bloods in St. Louis, curbing the epidemic and hopefully trying to draw out one of Preston's gang in the process. Apparently not realizing just how much of Preston's gang has been decimated by his own hand. He did indeed find a Thin Blood, and dug to the bottom of where this Thin Blood had come from. And in this low-rent, ramshackle apartment office, he had found a petty kindred that had set himself up like a god. And upon entering this petty god's petty domain, decorated in gaudy gold and curtains and that only the youngest and most ineffectual could possibly think is royal, he met with said low-rent David Bowie and was immediately whammied with enough successes on a presence roll to entrance him for 1 year. So that is where we begin with John Lee Pettimore tonight, as you are in this apartment office clubhouse, and you are gazing upon what is possibly the most beautiful person, nay, the most beautiful creature you have ever seen in your life. Every drop of blood in your veins is a flame. In your heart, it burns like the morning sun. All you could possibly wish for is to give this beautiful divine being everything he wishes, and even then it is a pleasure for him to look upon one as low as you. Now, with that, it is possible to resist the effects of presence if you would like. It requires spending a point of willpower and making a willpower roll against a difficulty 8. You may attempt this if you desire.
I did say last time that the first thing I was spending my XP on was more willpower. I now have one more dice.
Somebody made an investment.
Josh,
What's up?
don't take this the wrong way, but I hope you watch. Hilarious.
I don't like taking my own medicine, Tom. I realize it's bitter and I hate it. So what have I the point of willpower?
You spend the willpower, and then I believe you're going to roll your current willpower after the point at a difficulty 8.
No botch, Tom. I got 2 successes. I'm sorry to disappoint you.
All right. You blink, and some of that old anarchist spirit forces its way to the fore. And like a mirror cracking into crumbles before your eyes, this divine facade falls away, and all that is left is the smiling, smug, smarmy prick looking down on you like he owns you. But as you come to, the first thing I would like to ask you for is a perception alertness. And we'll call this one at a standard 6.
Perception alertness. 6. 1 success.
Oh wow, that really redlined my mic. I'm gonna very gently shake these dice. And a 1, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4, and a 5.
So I just remembered I don't have my dice up here. Give me 1 sec.
I do not, I'm assuming.
Adam, when I ask if you're ready to start streaming, the dice is implied.
You know, because I had the character sheet, because I always forget the character sheet, but I had the dice in another room. I'll be right back. Yes, I know where it is.
I will give you one thing. You begin to come to your senses. The world around you seems to lose some of its heady, intoxicating luster. A piece of movement draws your eye. Through one of the gaudy gold curtains, the thin branch of a tree shakes suddenly before slowly falling back into repose. Something outside moved very quickly, but you couldn't see what it was. And with that, I return the scene to you as this grinning prick looks down upon you and says, "Bow to me."
He's taking his cock out.
I'm like, I have to tell you, that's rather rude, little trick. I don't know if you were ever informed of the codes of decorum, but using abilities on another one of your kind. Bad manners.
You see his face fall a little bit, and in the depths of his eyes, it flashes between surprise, concern, landing on confusion. I don't understand. Perhaps you didn't hear me. And you feel a sort of wave rush over you again, but it fizzles and breaks with no effect. I said, bow. Perception alertness again, please.
I bow to no man.
Higher difficulty or same difficulty?
We're doing opposed rolls. You just don't know what you're opposing.
2 successes. Got a 9 and a 10.
2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 5 and a 6.
I too got 2 3s.
Oh no, I'm counting successes.
Oh, never mind.
It's take some dental medicine. type of hands.
All right. What do you do?
I'm going to let out an exasperated sigh, and I'm going to do a very exaggerated but clearly sarcastic bow. And I'm going to step back up, and I'm going to, I'm trying to do you a bit of a kindness here, and I was hoping to speak to you in private. Your little cult here is causing quite a bit of unwanted attention in case you didn't hear the explosion downtown.
He looks left, looks right at all his gaudily dressed, skimpy hangers-on. Leave us! Waves them away, and they just sort of file out of the room. And you still, this absolute tool is holding himself with this sense of importance.
I know you said a discount knockoff David Bowie. I'm just imagining somebody with like a gap tooth doing the Diamond Dogs pose, if you've seen that album cover.
I have not. He sort of reclines back on his bed and says, "Very well, you've piqued my interest, to say the least. What is it you have to say to me?"
You familiar with the Society of Leopold?
Society of Leopold. No, there's some sort of religious group, I would imagine.
Yeah, basically imagine it's the vampire hunting section of the Catholic Church. They did a pretty bad purge a couple of years back. And, well, they recently blew up one of the biggest vampire hotspots about 2 hours ago. And I myself was doing a bit of digging around, seeing what might have tipped them off, and it turns out somebody's been a bit of a naughty boy, embracing a little too many people than he should have. And as I am speaking, I'm going to be kind of inching closer to him, as I'm hushing my voice, as I'm like looking around, like I don't want the rest of his people to hear, like I'm not trying to cause a scene.
Okay. What is... I think I know where you're going with this. What is your goal for this scene?
I am trying to unnerve him. I'm trying to get close enough that I can stake him.
Okay. I would like you to roll percentiles with me, and I will allow you to decide if you want to roll under me or above me.
I will roll under. I'm going to get my actual percentiles out. Bless me, DCC gods. I went for under with a 39.
39. Versus my 44. Okay. This is going to get interesting. So he just sort of... Catholics. Humans? What are humans to me? What are humans to us? Look at us. We are gods.
You ever seen one of those videos of just a big animal getting taken down by a whole mess of ants out in the Amazon? But one by one, it's pretty easy to squish a couple ants. But you get 100 million of them, or let's say a single ant with a large amount of white phosphorus. You can imagine things go south pretty quickly.
And you see why I surround myself with my... What's the word? And you get the feeling that he is searching his limited vocabulary for the single most ostentatious thing he can say at the moment. My court. I ask you again, what do I have to fear from a few ants? And you're probably, like, right up to the edge of his bed that he is splaying on at the moment.
I'm like, well, first of all, they got tools like this, as I take out a silenced pistol and point blank him right in the heart.
Okay. I don't think you can actually stake with a bullet.
Oh no, I know. I'm shooting and then I'm staking after I get a good amount of damage in.
All right, take your shot.
What the fuck? Oh.
Dexterity, firearms.
So this is a body shot, so this is gonna become bashing.
Six successes.
Okay. He's not dodging. Roll damage.
What is a big old pistol?
I want to. It's like 5 or 6.
Plus 5. Or what, 5?
Go ahead and take 6. I'm pretty sure a heavy pistol is 6 in V20. I don't feel like looking it up. Oh, I need to open my notebook file. Vampire notebook.
8, and I'm assuming bashing has it to 4.
Bashing has it to 4. He soaks 1. So he's going to take 3. I've never had to track World of Darkness health on a digital format before, but I think I know how to do it. So the pistol, you said it was silenced?
Yeah. It's still gonna make a big fucking bang, but...
Oh yeah, so the pistol goes off, strikes him in the chest, and as his porcelain skin cracks and rips and blood begins to soak into his fine satin sheets, he looks up, affronted, bares fangs, and hisses. And from the room outside, you hear breaking glass and an explosion. Now let's go to Jeremiah and Franz. You are sitting in the dilapidated church, suffused with the stench of blood and the heaviness of countless sins. Your audience with Carson has been ostensibly granted, but not for another night yet. What do you do now?
Oh,
You need
Mr.
help?
Burritos Man, how do you feel?
I feel a little sick to my stomach. There's no one worth voting for Prince, I guess. Supporting for Prince that are elected, so I gotta, I guess, find my own electee.
You're telling me you're gonna try to rig the vote?
Oh, not read the vote. Take both of them off the vote. Neither of them are where they're just having a pissing contest to see who favors Daddy.
Don't you understand that is Vampire Society?
Yeah, but neither of them are even close to being qualified. There should be someone at least around here
Who would you suggest then? Who do you think is...
The only other person I met besides you and them is in the city is the feller who struck me down in that park. But I don't think he wants to be voted for anything. He just wants to be left to his own devices.
Yeah, you vote him in, he has to serve.
I know. Does that work that way?
If only our government would like that.
Yeah. The park hobo vampire guy. Let's go. He is the new prince. He's like, I want to be left alone. Fuck you all. Do you know of anybody who's...
So let me get this straight. You wish to dispose of the two would-be candidates without a suitable replacement.
Yeah, that's the problem though. I gotta find us a replacement before I can It's like quitting a job and then just being unemployed. You got to have a backup plan, but there's no backup plan in place right now.
Well, why not you, Mr. Friosman? Do you feel like you're worthy to run everything here?
Oh my god, Adam for Prince. This is my worst nightmare and my greatest dream.
My only wish is for everyone to have donuts to bring back to me, and you'll be granted into the city.
You know, princes ask for actual tribute all the time. Like,
I know.
you can get like property and shit, but like, no, donuts.
This is donuts. I want donuts with marshmallows in the holes and melted over a little fire to be nice and toasted.
Think about it, Mr. Friosman. All the donuts with marshmallows as tribute. Everyone would have to.
Sounds like an interesting job. If someone else can take it, I guess I could. But would you support me in that endeavor?
I don't see why not.
It's not like you're bloodbound to anybody that would compromise your decision-making process.
Yeah.
Who's ironically bloodbound to me?
I know. It's become bloodbound to everybody, so that that way, I'm adored by everyone.
People would have to adore you, Mr. Friosman. They wouldn't have a choice. Unless, of course, you gave him that choice, which I'm sure someone of your benevolence would.
They're gonna have the freedom to choose,
Of course they would.
but they gotta choose me.
And why wouldn't they?
Mazzy Clip Nightmare Donuts.
I'm glad my donut idea got into Massey's mind. The delicious nightmare. I feel.
You know, Adam, if you weren't just bloodbound to everybody, you'd have an equal obligation to help everybody's best interest.
I know. I'll just be a people pleaser.
You'd be like, I genuinely, personally care about all of you.
Yeah.
Here's my new radical idea about why you should like friends.
It's just communism, but I'm still the friend somehow.
So,
I don't know the first name I run it, but I guess neither do they. But I guess I'm more qualified than them because I got inquisitive spirit. Yeah.
and that's the exact spirit you would need, Mr. Of course, you're going to need to gain some political power.
Yeah, well, that's for sure.
What is your first step towards that?
I guess making friends with people who would support me. Or not friends, I guess. More like...
I think I know the perfect person.
Who would that be?
I think Miss the ex-harpy, she doesn't wish to vie for power, so as many people want her to be in a position. So having someone like her in your pocket would be beneficial. I'm sure you two can work something out between each other. After all, she doesn't want a power position, yet she's in it. Perhaps you can offer to take that from her so she wouldn't have to worry.
Yeah, I love it. The new Blood Bell meta.
What meta patch notes just dropped?
I love all my subjects equally. I guess that'll do, but I still need a more,
of course you
more,
can.
more people, more, but I guess one person at a time. Yeah.
Well, you have to start small, Mr. Fritos. You can't just start at the X Harpy right away. But perhaps just a conversation with her to get the ball rolling a little bit. Don't mention that you're vying for a position. Just rub elbows. Get her interested.
Suppose I can do that. You know
Oh,
where
you
she
are very
resides?
interesting. Yeah, you are a very interesting person, Mr. Fritos, man. I can assure you of that.
I only drink Dos Equis because I'm the most interesting man in the world. I guess in the city, at least. You know where she resides, or where she might be this time of night.
Well, she is the owner of the club Europe that we were at earlier.
Guess we can travel back there and see if she's still there.
Of course, I'm sure she would be. You would make her night.
Shall we make our way?
After you, Mr. Fritos.
Okay, so you two are returning to Europe?
Yeah.
Might as well.
Okay, so you pile
Making our way
into...
downtown there.
Are you guys walking? Do you have transportation between the two of you?
I don't think so.
Nope.
Vespa.
You think Fritos man can get on a Vespa?
I've seen some pretty comically sized people get on a Vespa.
They hold a whole Indian family in some places. Guess we can try to call a cab. I don't know how I'm gonna fit in it. I guess I'll call one of them. Let's call them big old van cabs, so I can get in they have the sliding door for the lodge.
Is that a regular occurrence for you?
Yeah, that'll be my first act of defense. Make sure them vehicles got big enough doors to hold me.
You're the Prince of St. Louis, Mr. Fritos, not the governing body of the city.
Well, then just take out the vehicles that don't have the doors open big enough to open for a large fella.
Of course, Mr. Fritos, man.
So I guess are we? I guess I'll call a cab to ask for one of them van cabs. Get a ride over to the
Okay.
the club.
It's 2024, Adam. Who calls a cab?
Well, good luck getting a Lyft driver coming to this church.
Yeah, that's why
You pay the.
And in some places, cabs are going to be cheaper than Ubers.
All right, so you call whoever it is you decide to call after haggling and getting to agree to come to this fucking shithole part of town. Well, you're on your way. I'm going to go back to John Lee Pettimore. John Lee Pettimore, for your part, I would like an initiative roll, please.
My mind cycles through all the systems I know, and it's like, how do I roll initiative in this one again?
It's 1d10 plus your dots and decks plus your dots and weights.
14.
You got a 14? Okay. So you've drawn down on this guy, you fired, he snarled, and like I heard, you hear the breaking of glass outside and an eruption. What follows is the crackling of flames and orgiastic sounds of violence. There is much snarling, bestial, quite literally bestial snarling coming from the other room, as it sounds like the army of Thin Bloods have been whipped into a frenzy. You hear more reports from silent pistols. The whistle of something piercing the air, and punctuating all is this heavy thud, 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 sort of repeating with this constant percussion over the din. What do you do?
I'm basically taking the knife, plunging it, and trying to fall on him down as I'm trying to stab him.
Do it. Dex melee.
Dex melee. Why it's taking so long for my computer to switch between Masquerade and Cookie? Can you willpower a combat roll?
I don't believe so. I have ruled that you cannot in the past.
I will accept the ruling. 5 successes.
5 successes. Okay, roll your damage.
What would it be for a big old knife?
I believe knives are universally strength +1.
Strength plus 1. So 2 successes. Four successes.
Oh, hey, Uncle Andy, how's it going? Nice to see you here as well. All right, so
Andy?
the knife, you throw yourself down on the cult leader, and he doesn't even really have time to seize as the blade sinks home. Well, actually, hang on, because I believe vampires can soak lethal with their stamina, right?
I think so.
Ooh. So you have landed, you fall on him, but you haven't inflicted enough to actually stake him. So you've inflicted damage, and he's not doing great, but nor is he paralyzed. Okay. What he's going to attempt to do is like wrestle his way out from under you and push you off. So you can oppose this with either strength melee to like hold him in place, or like a dexterity athletics to try and like wrestle him down.
Dex athletics or strength melee? It's the same either way. I'm gonna try to pin him down.
Okay.
Successes.
I got 1 success because I rolled a 1. So he's trying to get away from you. He's trying to slide, and his
body glitter everywhere.
Yeah, you got like oil all up and down, soaking into your clothes. But his silky robe is doing more harm than good. Next round of initiative, the violence outside continues with significantly less snarls. What would you like to do?
I'm going to try to quickly end this and finish staking him.
All right, do it again.
No, it's not this time. 3 successes.
Roll damage.
And you said it was a knife is strength plus 2, right?
Strength plus 1.
Strength plus 1.
Plus your extra successes.
Successes.
4 successes.
Let's see if he soaks.
So I didn't soak shit. I already rolled it.
Should I be rolling at a difficulty 7, though, for how slippery the body glitter makes it?
No. So, your knife sinks into him, and you've really torn up the chest cavity pretty good. Like, he's got a lot of damage. But you have effectively staked him.
Second person this night.
I will allow you to choose perception alertness or perception awareness. What's up, Tom?
Oh, Adam first, because the power went out.
Yeah.
That is unfortunate. I Damn, we needed it.
What were you about to say, Jez?
Perception alertness or perception awareness. Your choice.
I will be going with alertness. What difficulty?
We'll go with a 6. They're not trying to be stealthy this time.
That will be a 4.
Four successes?
Yes.
There's a heavy thumping sound coming in your direction. And at first it sounds like something's bouncing towards you. It's not. It takes you a second to realize that there's footsteps. Somebody's moving towards you, but they are doing so way faster than they should be able to.
Was there a closed door between us and the action going on outside?
Let's say sure.
Is there a window I can throw us out of?
Let's say sure.
I am going to basically grab this guy and, without like any sense of self-preservation, throw myself out of a window with them.
Okay, you're on the first floor, so you don't have to worry about it. You boom
No,
out.
I'm not caring about glass or anything like that. Just
Yeah, I mean, you're a vampire. You wouldn't care about glass. Hang on, let me try and salvage the visual on Tom for all of the fidelity that adds to the stream.
Oh, please, I'm shy.
Tom, should we get you a Shy Guy mask?
I'd be down. I like Shy Guys. They're probably my favorite Mario characters.
I've been playing the 1000-Year Door remake, and I forgot that when the little things happen to the stage, like the stage starts breaking apart, that the little Shy Guys in the black outfits come and start fixing things. Like little stage hands.
I've never seen that happen. That absolutely... I don't know if that was a thing in the original.
I don't remember if it is or not, but like if the lights fall down, or like the front lights like end up like going in the wrong direction, or like the fog goes off, the little Shy Guys in like the little black outfits come and they'll fix the stage after a turn happens. I find it adorable.
Okay, so you blast your way through this window. You land, roll in these shrubs, and you are now behind the office. You can see flames beginning to lick the first area of the clubhouse, sort of where the entrance door would be on the other side.
Am I rot shrekking?
No. You're not in danger of the flames, but you see them. What do you wish to do at this point?
I simultaneously want to get a good look at who's doing this, because I have my suspicions it might be related to Preston. But if they have heavy firepower, I am currently outgunned. So I'm basically grabbing this guy and trying to find somewhere to hide real quick so I can sneak back to my car with him.
Okay. Where do you want to do that?
Up your butt.
Is it an apartment complex kind of like the one you live in, where there's like a bunch of like separate buildings?
Let's say yes.
I'm basically gonna fireman him and try to weave between the apartment buildings.
Alright, you fireman him and you begin weaving, and you make it into the interstice between two of the buildings, and you feel this rush of wind. At the end of the rush of wind, there is something cold and hard pressing into your ribs.
I'm going to be like, son of a fucking bitch.
You are suddenly aware of this large presence behind you. And
He's getting presenced again?
no. Furthermore, the presence of another beast. This is a vampire. And he says, in a very low voice, almost whispering into your ear, deep and bass-filled, "We have no quarrel with you, friend, but you've got something that belongs to us."
The fucking David Bowie knockoff.
Is that Adam? Adam, are you back? Adam?
I'm back. Yeah.
Oh, did
Well-
you have to use your phone?
I use my phone, yeah, because the breakers are all good, so I think it's just power in the area.
Oh, yeah.
Oof.
You all are not in the same area we are, but the weather's pretty bad right now. Just a lot of wind and potential thunderstorms.
Yeah. The big wind. The big wind is coming in.
Can't wait for the humidity tomorrow.
Yeah. It's weird to see it be in the house. The whole neighborhood's all dark. Yeah, I'm looking through the back. Yep, it's all dark.
HGG, how's it going, buddy?
Careful, Adam. There's vampires out there.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
one of them. I took a walk like yesterday night, and I saw like with what I thought was a comment, but I zoomed in on my phone. It was just a plane. Cause it had like that shape of it, like that shape that you see when you see something moving faster than the speed of sound. But it was just a plane.
48 months.
You
My
man.
good God.
I cannot see the chat though, so that's it.
I'm not going to
Did we-
activate the points by turning around to look at them, but I will say, let me keep this one, man. I have something personal with the son of a bitch. Tell him he died in the flames on accident.
He'll pull the object out of your ribs, and as he does so, you sort of feel the rounded protrusion of a gun barrel. And he seems to pull it away from you, and he says, "You have something personal, but ours is more so. I am but a humble janitor, friend, here to clean up a mess. And I would prefer to not have to make any more."
You're gonna execute him tonight, right? Does it matter as long as he's dead?
It matters that justice is dealt by the proper hand.
Overlook it then. I wanted to give somebody a chance.
And who might that be?
Making sure things get done proper, but I'm trying to make sure something gets done proper as well.
And what would that be?
I plan on feeding the stupid son of a bitch to one of the things he made. Letting them get a real chance at the nightlife, so to speak.
So he has more of these creations.
Yeah, but I got a little too hands-on with one of them without getting much of an explanation. Well, I know the thin bloods are a problem, but I figured I'd give one of them a chance since this stupid motherfucker wasted his.
He sort of breathes deep, as if considering. Truly a paradox. I have no authority to allow you to do that, yet who holds authority over me to say that I cannot? Tell me something. Help ease my mind.
Tell me you're a professional mess maker.
Why?
Why? It's the way I think things should be done. My sire made me, left me out in the woods of Tennessee, gave me a week to survive. And this son of a bitch goes around spreading his seed like
Don't tell me that.
prom night. And he makes a big old mess. I'd like to redeem his mistake by letting somebody have that same chance my sire gave me. He still gets the punishment he deserves, and things are made right, so to speak.
Very well. So long as this one is attended to, but let us deal openly. How will we know? How will we know?
You can follow them in my car. I got the other girl staked back there as well. I got no problem with you watching the whole thing happen.
Don't make it creepy.
Yeah, don't be worried about it, though.
At some point, a woman's voice cuts in. And she says, in a very, shall we say, distinct accent, but not one you're probably able to place, given your history. What is this then, Zane? Are you making friends while we're supposed to be working? This one says he wishes to punish the errant child himself. What do you think, Zaina? Should we let him? Do you turn at this point?
Yeah.
So you turn.
Fireman holding the...
Still got him in the papoose.
Yeah. You're still conscious, right, when you're staked?
Yeah, he knows what's going on.
No.
He just can't move or react to it at all. So you turn. The large figure who accosted you, there's this very swarthy gentleman dressed in these heavy jeans and a black leather jacket. Coming up behind him is a much smaller woman. She's not quite white, but she might be able to pass. And she has eyes of almost a yellowish amber that seem to glow and reflect the moonlight as she grows near. And again, you sense the presence of another beast. This woman is some sort of vampire. And she sees you, fireman carrying the low-rent David Bowie. And she says, "It appears that I've missed something. You, are taking away the thing I've come here to find."
Well, if I'm being completely honest, I've told you exactly where I plan on taking him, and, well, if it seems all the same to everybody, I don't think he's gonna last much longer, regardless of who takes him. It's just, I was hoping we might get some worth out of this one's demise.
Zaina and Zane look at one another and they seem bemused almost. They flash each other a very sincere smile. And Zaina turns to you, still smiling. "Show us then, old man. Show us your justice." And now I will go back to the other two. God damn it, I almost called Tom John Lee Pettimore. He's not. Jeremiah Faulkner and Franz Friedosman. You arrive at Europe. Now, it is about 1:15 in the morning, so the club is still busy, but the entrance line has gone down quite a bit. Not that that's something that you necessarily are concerned with. You give your greetings to Frankie, who mutters something about you being back again, but does not block you, and allows you in the back entrance. DJ Pauly D has taken a rest at this point. He is he's playing recorded music, but he will be back momentarily. He's playing some cuts off his first album. What do you wish to do?
Well, Mr. Friesman, here we are.
I guess I'll look for. I guess look for the. It was in the room, right? The top room, or the private quarters, kind of. I saw them last.
You saw who?
I can't remember the name.
You saw Jordan Rayner and Everesca in the private room previously.
Okay.
Now, unless you believe that Franz Friedosman is deliberately confused, that's not who Jeremiah suggested you to come meet.
You're here to meet Miss Kyrie.
I look for Kyrie. I look for any
Kiara is her name,
actually.
actually. But you could call her Kyrie for comedic effect. I'm sure that won't piss her off.
Wait, what was the name?
Her name is Kiara.
Oh, Kiara, I misheard you.
I tell you what, if you want to look for her, let's make this easy, and we'll go with an intelligence streetwise to try and locate her in a packed club. Call it a 7. She does tend to stand out.
And find the dots in the dark.
Adam truly is living in the world of darkness.
Yeah. Yep. Well, I have no dots in streetwise and only 2 dots in intelligence, so it'll be interesting.
This is truly the vampire, the masquerade.
Yep. So 1 success.
1 success. So it takes you a while, right? You're probably looking for a good 20 minutes just through the press of bodies and the cramped, sweat-smelling air. But eventually, you do find her. Not in the center of attention where you would expect her to be, but she is sort of away in a dark corner, talking to a young gentleman of college age that seems far too inebriated to understand anything going on around him. And very contrary to the sort of affectations she put off when you last saw her, Jeremiah, she does appear to be playing the part of the giggling, overly flirtatious ingenue as she entertains his slovenly slurring.
Well, there she is, Mr. Jeremiah. Go introduce yourself.
Oh, have you already introduced her to yourself? I guess I can introduce myself to her.
Have you introduced her to yourself before I introduce her to myself? Maybe we should introduce her to each other.
That would be a bold strategy, Cotton.
Is I guess the lad she's talking to, or the lad she's conversing to is not a vampire that I can tell.
Let's go with intelligence awareness if you want to like psychoanalyze.
Got 2 successes.
He does not appear to be supernatural in any way. That you can tell.
I walk over, ignoring the guy, just push, basically forcing him out of the way with my stomach, and just introducing myself as, hello, I am Franz Friedman.
You see
Take a breath there.
her face begin to quicken in a way. She feigns surprise, but behind this very sloppily painted mask in the poor lighting, her eyes are enraged. And the guy puts his hand on your shoulder. Hey! I was standing there. You got problems standing there?
No, seems you have a problem standing there.
Right his nose off at him.
And it seems like he's trying to hulk up on you, but he can't quite stand. So he's just rocking back and forth. Listen, man, you got a problem standing there. I got a problem with you standing there. And take this shit inside, man.
You have a problem with me, do you? And I just forcibly put my belly in his face, or in his whatever potty touches, and pushes him back with my stomach. Do the belly bounce.
Strength melee.
Adam, do you plan on fighting like Po from Kung Fu Panda?
Yeah. That's the idea, yes. I have mastered all the elements.
He's watching
the elements prize.
Panda. He knows what he's doing.
Just shut out the inner giant black.
Ah, real vampires.
What is Jeremiah Faulkner doing as he sees this unfold?
Well, it's too late for me to intervene at this point.
It is, but what is the reaction?
All I can do is just be awestruck at this.
Does anything float through your mind, like when you were specifically told by Sarah Littlebird that Kiara was the one vampire you probably shouldn't piss off?
Well, I can at least cut my losses without her knowing I'm involved.
You fucking disappear like Homer into the shrub. Just gone into the press of bodies.
And I got 5 successes.
5 successes, holy shit. So you belly bounced this guy through a crowd, right? He slams down hard into the floor, and there's this pen, hush, that falls over the crowd as people instinctively move back to give this guy air. He's not moving. And as you look around, you begin to see, almost as if on cue, some of the Club Europe bouncers begin to move in your direction.
Hello, Vancouver by night. I'll acknowledge you.
Oh, Vancouver by night. How's it going? I'm sorry. I was busy watching the shit show unfurl.
Chaz, this is the part where you reveal to Adam that the person he's getting in a fight with is actually DJ Pauly D.
I'm making my kindred, not getting.
Adam's gonna embrace him.
What do you do, Adam?
Does he look like he's unconscious?
Do you have any sort of medicine at all?
I do not.
At the distance that you bounce this guy, and like in the poor lighting and the flashing neon strobes, you can't even tell if he's breathing right now. There may or may not be blood. You don't actually know what you did. That was 5 successes. That was an extreme success.
My belly.
I'll rush to the now possibly dead man and feign to be a doctor with my 2 medicine.
You have medicine?
I do.
Give me an intelligence medicine roll. Difficulty 7.
Okie dokie then. Difficulty 7. I got 3 successes.
3 successes. So it doesn't take you long. Like, you run up to him, you check his pulse, he's fine. He's just extraordinarily blasted and passed out midway through the belly bounce.
I'm gonna try to get the, put him over my shoulder and try to, bring him to the back to perform medical procedures to, resuscitate him. Or that's what I'm, trying to convey to the crowd.
One of the women in the crowd sort of pushes her way forward. Wait, I'm a med student. He could have head trauma. You don't move him. Let's just call an ambulance.
Well, that won't be necessary. I am a doctor.
I don't know. I really think we should just wait for more people to look at him. He might need a stretcher. Do you wanna give me some sort of charisma manipulation juju here?
Yes, I would actually. That is my speciality. What's the diff?
Standard 6.
Standard 6. That's 4 successes. 4
successes. So you sort of the DJ Pauly D music very regrettably goes silent as you sort of put your hands up and address the crowd as a whole, assert yourself as a doctor, and at this point nobody's willing to question you as you pick him up and leave.
I'm just taking him to the back of the club just to get him out of this environment. He's okay.
Adam, what are you doing as at least 4 bouncers are currently converging on your position?
Wait, me or Adam?
Adam.
Oh, okay.
Was you sitting on a couch?
No, she was standing in the corner.
Okay. It'd be something Freedom Man would do. He's just gonna ignore the bouncers and just start talking to her.
Okay, that's what your character would do.
Adam is a character.
Yeah.
Adam, what's your intelligence score? I'm just curious.
The 2.
Wait, Adams or France?
I don't have a look at my player character. Won't let me see my intelligence score. It fluctuates day to day.
So what do you say to her, Adam?
Just want to introduce myself. I am Franz Huivn, and you are?
So the bouncers are about maybe 6 feet away at this point. And you can see she is incredulous. She is staring at you. You are the dumbest motherfucker alive. And she is absolutely furious that she has to deal with it. She throws up a hand to wave back the bouncers. And before they can open their mouths to argue, she shoots a death stare at every one of them in turn. And they shrink back. She looks back to you and gestures towards a door that says employees only. And without taking her eyes off of you, she pushes her way through the door.
I go through the door as well? Thank you for...
The door shuts behind you, and as it does, her face, her teeth clench until they click. Her eyes like flaming rubies in the night. She stares into the pit of your soul. Well, God knows I haven't had a moment's peace since coming here. Why did I think I could have a meal and uninterrupted? Who the fuck are you?
I'm sorry, I didn't know you were going for a meal for him. I apologize. Be more observant.
I won't bother asking the train of thought that just transpired out there and what sort of PR I'm going to have to do to fix this because somebody was just assaulted in the club that I'm responsible for. I repeat, who the fuck are you?
You should ask her why she keeps asking you to repeat your name when you've already said it.
As I said, I am Franz Friedrichsman.
I don't care what your bitch mother named you when she squirted you out into the trash can. What are you doing here?
You're the one that asked me my name. Yeah. I'm here to introduce myself.
And you believe I care. Why?
You don't care right now, but you will in due time.
I can't tell if you're trying to threaten me in my own domain or if you're really just that stupid. So I'm going to say this very slowly so that you can understand. Get out. Get out of Europe. Do not come back. If I see you again, I will make you hurt. And I'm not certain how, but I can be very creative.
What if I can get you that meal back? Yeah.
I would leave if I were you.
When can I see you again?
You see her face warp into this twisted, demonic countenance as she howls at you with the voice of 100 Greek furies. Get out!
All right.
Can a vampire have an aneurysm? We're about to find out.
Negated by a 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. Negated by 1. So there's 3 successes on Dread Stare. And let's see how that does. What's your willpower currently?
Stop looking for light. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I
I'm
think
looking.
so.
I'm actually looking for your wits plus courage at the moment.
Okay. Our courage is hella high. Says this 2.
You can't be afraid if you're that stupid.
That total of 7? Yeah.
Total of 7, so that's 1 success. I actually don't think that worked on you.
Oh my god. He's just too stupid to notice.
A man without fear.
The most dense man in the world. Let's go.
Be like, why are you yelling at me?
I can tell what I'm not wanted anymore. I guess I'll take my leave. If you have any inquiries for me, I'm gonna leave my number here in between the door handle here.
At some point, she has to respect the stupidity, right? Just like,
At some point, I need to start making frenzy checks.
And I guess I'll take my leave from the place where to find Tom. Not Panamore, but yeah.
Okay.
Find the guy in the back. Yeah.
I'm just
hold on now. Hang on. Don't drag me into this right now. I got damage control.
What are you doing at the moment, Tom?
Well, I assume I'm in a similar vicinity as to what that is going on between those two, as I'm, kind of just putting this poor sod on the floor.
Okay, so you've taken him to the back, like you said. You've stretched him out. You've stretched him out so we can get some air. DJ Pauly D comes up to you. Hey, yo, you want some help with that?
Embrace DJ Pauly D.
Oh yeah, I will not. Do you have a medical license, sir?
I didn't go to school for that, but I can.
You cannot help me.
Hey, okay, I'm just offering. Hey, we're so touchy lately. Adam, investigation, streetwise.
I don't think it's an investigation. Streetwise.
Oh, I'm sorry, intelligence streetwise. That's what I meant. Go in. Sorry.
That's only 2 dice. And they got 1 success.
One success, Tom. As you are tending to this guy, this massive shadow blots out the light from above.
And is he gonna be okay, Doc? Didn't mean to him that hard. He just bounced real good.
Yes, he will make a full recovery.
Good to hear. As I slap the guy's top of the head that it might be concussioned already. You'll be all right, champ. And I just walk out the door.
So you're not explaining.
One of your bag of Cheez-Its.
You're not explaining anything that just happened to Tom?
You didn't want to be it.
I heard the scream, as I think everyone did.
Yeah.
So what happens now?
Well,
Josh is really low compared to everyone else.
Yep.
I'll let him attempt to fuck with things before I fuck with things, because I can boost him.
I can turn up my microphone a little more.
Well, hang on, because I've got you at 177% at the moment. I can boost you a little bit more. Let's see how 182 does for you. Hopefully he's not too loud now.
Yeah, hopefully.
No, I do not wish to kick CAFCON Josh, and I will click off before something terrible happens.
Oh, kick him.
All right, so Franz and Jeremiah, you are leaving the club currently. Now what?
Well, Franz is leaving the club.
Oh, you're staying?
Yeah, I have to.
I guess on the way out, hey Doc, if you get a chance, could you mind leaving the buy in there?
Could you talk to her for me? She's a little angry.
There's a lady there who.
She's a little hangry right now.
Yeah, she needs a sticker bar. If you know what I mean.
Yes, just go.
So what you gonna do, Tom?
Well, I'm gonna kind of look around the back for Miss
Kiara?
Kiara, there you go.
There's a pissy lady, no idea why, over there. So you find her sort of in the midst of a gaggle of bouncers, and she's breathlessly explaining to every one of them in no uncertain details. The big yokel with the cowboy hat, he is banned. I never want to see him here again. If he has the balls to step through that door, I want each and every one of them. I want him to know that every one of your shoe sizes. Do you understand me? And that is sort of what you come up to as you approach.
As you step back out the door.
Well, that was an unexpected show, let's call it that we just witnessed, huh?
You say this out loud?
Yes.
She turns and her face falls. Oh, Jesus, again, and she waves them off. Look, I'm not having the best night. No offense.
I understand.
I don't mean to be an ungracious host.
Oh, it is completely understandable.
What do you need from me, Mr. Faulkner?
Oh, no, I don't need it. I don't need anything from you, Miss Kiara. There we go. I got your, what I assume is your, prey in the back ready to go for you.
Well, I suppose I should be grateful that it was salvaged, although this whole occurrence, I don't even know if I'm hungry anymore. It's ashes on the tongue to be leaning over some unconscious drunk. God, have I really stooped that low? Oof. The city does things. I don't know what else to say than that.
But the city can be salvaged. You know it as well as I could do.
As much as I would like to talk philosophy with you, Mr. Faulkner, I just don't think I'm in the right mind.
Yes, it has been quite the long night. I understand.
I'll ask one more time. Do you require anything of me? Otherwise, I think I would like to retire.
Please be my guest.
She will.
Oh, yes, I'm your guest.
Give a polite smile, and then holding her head in what looks like a migraine that you didn't even know vampires could get, she is going to stalk back through the employees only door and just fucking disappear.
Well, that could have gone a little better.
I will return to John Lee Pettimore. So, you are leading these two strange vampires back to your car?
Yep.
Okay. They don't appear to be making any aggressive moves. They follow you silently, watching you with great interest.
Just trying to make small talk as I'm walking. I'm like, so what exactly is your relation to this fella right here?
Zane, the large gentleman, smiles and says, "As I said, we are but humble janitors. We are here to clean up a mess."
Okay, then. Getting to my car, I am going to take the keys out and pop the trunk where there is a second staked vampire currently in my car. And I will drop the first onto the floor.
As you pop the trunk, Zaina, the woman, sort of crosses her eyes, and she gets closer so she can see. It looks like she's just looking over the staked vampire in the trunk. And she sort of taps you gently on the shoulder. "Tell me about this one." This is one of his creations, you say?
Yeah, it seems he's created a bit of a thin blood menace going about town. This one can't even pop her fangs, so she was going around stabbing people with a knife and sucking the blood out of the wound. I caught her trying to find out who was creating the thin blood problem. Might have gotten a little too hasty shooting first, asking questions later, but told me that he found her and embraced her against her will. I told her if she still wanted to carry on this existence, and I told her I'd bring her back something that would help her with that. if she really meant to make something out of it.
I'm afraid I'm confused, Mr. I'm sorry, I don't believe I got your name.
I am John Lee Pettimore III.
Mr. Pettimore, I don't understand. How do you become involved in all this?
Well, this is my city, and you're not the first people to blow up a building tonight. Turns out the Society of Leopold got a hold of an anarch club, and I figured the Thin Blood Menace wasn't doing anybody any favors. Thought I'd do a bit of a culling, and suppose I ended up with a bit of a soft spot for this one.
Interesting.
Figured I'd give at least one of them a fighting chance before I go slaughter the rest of them, for a lack of a better word.
So you came tonight with the intention of killing, and yet you showed mercy. From whence does this come?
Well, a lot of the sons of bitches in our bit of the night, well, they're real pricks like this one right here. I say kind of kicking knockoff David Bowie.
Pricks. I understand the colloquialism, but what do you mean by this?
Well, they go around just acting like a bunch of raging assholes. No offense to all of the dearly departed at the fight club that got blown up earlier this evening, but, well, they threaten the entire fabric of our existence by acting like a bunch of wild fucking animals. And so I figured if this one actually wants to act like a proper creature of the night, I figured I might as well give her the chance, and this one wasn't exactly making much of it. I really don't consider this a mercy, but more of a making things right.
So this is justice in your mind?
Yeah, in some sense I suppose so.
And forgive me, English is not my first language, and perhaps this question may come off as more, or shall I say less, polite than I intended to, for it is a sincere question. From whence do you believe this right is bestowed upon you?
Well, nobody gave it to me. I kind of had to take it myself because, well, when things fell apart after the Society of Leopold burned everything down, I figured since nobody else was doing the right thing, I was going to have to sort out affairs myself, so I suppose the right was granted to me by lack of proper leadership or somebody to take that place. So
who
I
do you
ended up
believe
in the
that would be?
Well, nobody right now, but my personal belief is that we all should share a bit of that responsibility. I'm doing my part, and I'm hoping to find like-minded folks who are also willing to do their part, and people want to do with their freedom is act a little crazy. I think that's fine by me as long as it doesn't personally threaten my existence.
So you believe that no one should take the throne, then?
I believe everybody should have a little piece of the throne.
She seems to smile at this, and the two others will turn to each other, and they begin whispering to one another, which the large swarthy gentleman ends with a hearty chuckle. Are you attempting to listen in as they whisper?
Yes.
Intelligence. I need an intelligence, and I will give you academics if you've got it.
I got medicine and I got science and technology.
Not gonna help, unfortunately.
I got 1 6 and I got a 5.
I will tell you that they are not speaking English. It is is a very fast-flowing language that does not appear to come from like a Latinic language tree. But they are not whispering to one another in your native tongue.
Okay.
And so this one, Zena, continues. What do you intend to do with her?
Well, she chooses to accept this gift, so to speak, I say, gesturing to David Bowie on the floor. I'm going to give her the same opportunity I got. She's got 1 week to survive on her own without making a mess of things, and then I will be glad to explain to her how things work. If she proves she's worthy of the life I'm giving her, then she's free to do with it what she wants, once again. Assuming she doesn't make my life any more difficult.
And as you were speaking, the smile on Zena's face is widening, and she says, "Very good, Mr. Pettimore, show me."
I am going to take the other knife out of, I already forgot her name. I think I wrote it down, though. I wrote down the name of my rats.
It's cool. I don't think we ever actually named her. So,
Okay.
What do you want her name to be?
First name that comes to mind, Daisy?
Daisy? Well, we can go roll with Daisy.
A very ironic name.
Well, the first thing I landed on was Daria, but maybe I don't know, maybe too much MTV seeped into my head in the 90s.
Nah.
You're cool, Josh.
My older brother used to watch Daria, so I saw quite a few episodes.
Okay. Wasn't that the Bloodlines? Thin Blood might have been. Daisy? Was it? I genuinely don't remember. It's been too long since I've replayed Bloodlines. I remember E. I remember, well, shit, I remember E. I can remember the NPCs' faces, but I don't remember what the hell they were named. There was the one with the stutter, right? And then there was the one you say from the blood blank. That one might have been Daisy. I don't remember.
So yeah,
All right, and she sort of, what the fuck is happening? Who the hell are they?
I'd suggest being polite in case things get violent. I can't exactly vouch for them. They just killed a whole shitload of people. I wouldn't fuck with them, personally.
Zena smiles. We are merely janitors, child. Don't mind us.
And I'm going to kind of take the tip of the blade of my knife in my fingers, and I'm going to hand the pommel to her. Now I'm going to say, you're not getting the full explanation just yet, but quick rundown. Every time a vampire makes another vampire, power that animates us gets a little bit weaker. You are at the very bottom of what that is. You are practically still human. You are going to get severely fucked up by this world if you don't eat the guy that made you, I say, pointing the knife at the other guy.
And her eyes land on him, and she sort of recoils a bit.
Don't worry, I staked him like I staked you. He is currently harmless, although he can hear and see everything. Now,
Tom, what the hell is going on in the background?
What?
What is going on in the background?
What do you mean?
Somebody's audio
Owning
is
home.
picking up a lot of beeping noises.
I don't hear anything.
Well, good news, everybody. We've all hallucinated that collectively.
You don't got any vampire fangs, so you're gonna have to take this knife, slit his throat, drink all of his blood, and you'll take his place.
She looks him up
Not
and
in
down.
any sort of metaphysical sense. You will quite literally absorb his power into yourself.
She looks him up and down, holds the knife and seems to weigh it in her hand for a bit, and finally says, "Fuck him," as she drives it straight into his neck. Let's go back to Franz and Jeremiah for a moment.
Well, I guess I'll make my exit of Europe now.
All right, and you run into Franz standing outside.
Yep.
Frankie turns to you, Jeremiah, as you leave. Are you with this guy?
Well, I can't say I've seen him before. Well, I've seen him. How can you not? But, can't say I know him on a personal level.
Yeah, well, I never want to see him again. Or know him again. Cool?
Understood.
He sort of nods, making it clear in body language that he doesn't necessarily have a problem with you. But the big fucker guy has got to go.
And the guy just let her outside for a bit, waiting for a cab. Without being patronized on leaving the place. So.
Frankie just kind of quietly stares you down. Tom, do you have anything to say?
Is there a park nearby?
We're downtown. Yeah, we'll say there's one close enough. I'm not sure exactly which one, but you can find some sort of greenery. What are you looking for?
Just somewhere away from this club.
Yeah, absolutely. There's plenty of like alleys and whatnot and stuff. You can slink away wherever you wish to go. You just tell me what you need and you'll find it.
I will tell Franz to meet me at the nearest park. That's out of ear and eye shot from this club.
Franz agreed.
My internet cut off for a second. Say that again. And see what happened.
He wants to meet with you at the nearest park that is out of ear and eye shot of this club.
Alright, I'll take the long way. I'll go around the other side of the club.
Okay.
And then, come back.
Tom, Adam, are you going to pick up anything before arriving at the meeting place?
Box of donuts.
Okay.
And I will be left waiting for him to get his box of donuts at 1:30 a.m.
Yeah.
Hey man, somewhere's got to be 24 hours.
That's when Krispy Kreme jumps out their
And there goes Adam.
That was Josh this time. But
Oh, it's Josh this time.
Or went out for Josh too.
Oh, and my phone just died. So if Josh texts, please let me know.
Yeah. I forgot what I was gonna say. The Krispy Kreme drops off their X's donuts around 1 o'clock, so that's whenever I go pick them up. The routine you gotta have to get them free donuts.
All right. So if there's no other preparations that you guys wish to make, I'm going to, by the powers of GM Fiat, you arrive at the park. Now what happens?
So I guess I fucked up. She don't want to see me no more.
That is a one way of putting it.
You think if I can get her rekindle her favor?
That would be quite the miracle you would pull off.
But if I apply to the place as a bouncer, she'll hire me.
For your own sake, don't do that. I think for your own sake, you should avoid that club for a good while.
But us vampires, how long is a good while, though? Is it a century or 10 years, a year?
As long as your gut is large.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta go on a diet. But I don't want to go on a diet. But if I just take over her club, or if you want,
how, pray tell, would you do that?
what about you? What are your intentions? You want to become a club owner?
No. No, I do not.
Nobody who would be good at it? Yeah.
There's plenty in the city who would be good at it, but none as good as who is already in charge of it.
Well, let's hear a predicament, ain't it?
For the time being, you should cut that loose end right now. We can revisit that at a later date. You need to start making connections, and preferably in a more cordial manner.
Hear you.
So you must remember to humble yourself in front of those who have higher expectations of the people they keep around. Surely you knew this, though, being a prospective sheriff.
I knew that.
Of course you did, of course you did. Unfortunately, it seems as though our prospects may have dried up until you get your meeting with Mr. Carson. Unless you have other ideas.
Yeah, I don't think that feller in the park would appreciate me going back and asking for his ballot, his vote.
Yeah, don't do that.
I guess I'll just wait it out for now. Enjoy my donuts. Want any?
No. No, I do not.
Mazzy just clipped diet or corporate takeover.
How could one choose?
So was there a particular reason you wanted to meet at a park, Tom?
Just away from the club. I can't let them know I'm associated with him at this point.
Can you gentlemen hear me?
I can hear you.
Yes.
Welcome back.
Yep.
Yes, I'm
sorry
so
about that. All right.
Yes.
Where did we leave off?
Adam was contemplating either a diet or a corporate takeover.
No. Sounds
These
about
things
right.
happen.
Okay, so for the moment, I'm going to go ahead and call the session there. So I'm going to give everybody 2 XP base, and then you guys know how this works. Let's start the vote. I'm so sorry if you guys heard that whistle that came through my window. That was awful.
I didn't hear anything.
Good.
Yep.
HEG Adams for fucking it up so hard.
I vote for Tom for trying to get for trying to shadow manipulate Adam into doing his bidding, and then just watching it all blow up in his face.
Pretty goddamn funny.
It hasn't blown up yet.
You looked at it and you're like, this is still salvageable.
You can always make something out of something.
But yes, my vocals is dumb.
I will vote for Josh for dealing with the fop.
Adam, who would
in
you
probably
like?
the most poetic way.
I don't think I heard Josh's full font, but I'll vote for Tom for saving especially saving the guy that I probably killed. I was on a Masquerade breach.
Oh no, he was fine. He was just like fucked up drunk and passed out midway through his tumble. So I have started uploading the videos, so that means we have a couple of comments to take a look at real fast while we wait for any other audience votes coming in. 1.9k till Druids. Okay, so Blama Baumgart, formerly Gatellen, if memory serves, says, I find the audio, this is on episode 1, I find the audio challenging between quiet voices and loud noise. This used to be better many years ago. What happened to the setup? Decent microphones can be had relatively cheap. Might be worth taking a look. So, one more time, we do use, I don't know if I can get it in the shot, we do use a Blue Yeti. This is what we were using at the time. It wasn't the microphones that made episodes 1 and 2 sound like that. It was the god-awful echo in my new apartment because I didn't consider what the acoustics sounded like. So hopefully it sounds better like episode 3 going forward. Now, this used to sound better years ago, so during what I refer to as Golden Age CAFCON, when we used to record in person and we did the what do you call it? Rise of the Free States. One, we were in Tom's house, so we had much better acoustics. Number 2, Bob was all kinds of a professional, so he just knew things that I don't and set everything else up way better. So I understand that it's frustrating, but we were recording in a new environment for the first time. I didn't give any thought to the acoustics. I didn't think the echo would be that bad. Hopefully from episode 3 forward it sounds a lot better. It should sound what it sounds like right now, but I do apologize for that. JCL 3005 says, I vote for Josh for the brilliant planning and execution to his explosive exit from the party, and the inevitable consequences in the future from failing to successfully finish off Preston before he got away. Hoo boy. I'm sorry, this is from episode 2. Also, I played Blood, the Night Dive remaster, a while back, but still it's a fun boomer shooter. Fuck yeah, Blood is awesome. Atheist Chaplain 2991 says, I hope Chad the Ventru is in this chronicle. Well, the good news is they recast the actor, but I don't think he reprised his role. Elizabeta Clearfork, I vote for Tom for the Blood Bond. And Caps Lock 3 says, I am the second view and the first comment. Other than that, nice to see you again. Will you be finishing up your How Not To series? I'm excited to see how you would depict a Giovanni or a Lasombra. I don't think that we're going to be doing any How Not To's in the near future. Right now, that is just a tremendous amount of work that none of us really have the time for. Back in the day, the How Not To's were conceived as like a way to get people in the door. Like, hey, these guys are really funny, let's watch them play vampire. It was meant to boost the AP stuff. We were always supposed to be an AP channel, and the How Not To's and the RPG Imaginariums just kind of took over everything else. So right now we're just doing the AP stuff. I'm not saying we'll never do it again, but right now it's probably not in the cards. I don't know what was planned for Lasombra. I can tell you that How Not To Giovanni was almost done. It hit the concept stage, And I can tell you it was going to be a Valentine's Day special. A lot of incest jokes. So that's all of the comments on episode 2. So Josh and Tom, both of you take an extra XP for winning the audience vote. Episode 1. RFC 1526. I believe he used to be like Darth Relar. You've been a viewer for a while, my dude. Always happy to see a new upload. Thanks, CC. Thank you for being here for so long. Obsidian Huggles 813. Adam, sometimes seeing the game as an anime makes so much sense to me. Honestly, now that I think about it, it explains so much to me that I didn't realize I wanted to know.
I'm so sorry you've been cursed with this forbidden knowledge. Welcome to the madness.
Yep, you've unlocked Pandora's box now, my friend. Yeah. Welcome in there.
Elizabeth Clearfork says, I vote for Tom because his vampire dwells in apartments. And one Neurologan says, Thaddeus is the Greek name for Jude the Apostle, who chroniclers took great care to distinguish from Judas Iscariot, the betrayer. Thank you, Neurologan. I did not know that. Tom, take an extra XP for winning the audience vote.
Hooray.
Let's see. Our Session 0 Part 2. Do we get any comments? Obsidian Huggles 813 says, Party Cracker emoji. JCL says, glad to see you guys back at V20. I've been absent for ages and really need to catch up. Also, yes, I love Fabula Ultima. Hell yes. High five, Fabula Ultima. So good. It's a great system, has 2 expansion source books along with one more on the way. Would love to see you guys stream that and watch the inevitable chaos. I love Fabula Ultima so much. I want to stream it so bad, you have no idea. No votes on that one. And last but not least, Session 0 Part 1. Lore by Night VTM. Ah, the kings have returned. No, sir / madam. I'm fairly certain Lore by Night uses he, him. But, however, it is you.
The jesters.
We basically are the jesters. It is you who are the king. I like to say that we're the family's drunken uncle. But thank you, Lore by Night VTM. Jordan Vazelnik, I like this concept and setting. The idea of reclaiming a city seems like fun. I did mention briefly that this comes from an idea that I got from talking to Jason Carl on Twitter. He was using the West Marches for Vampire, and I didn't really like that idea because I wanted a very heavy story. I wanted a very heavy story-based chronicle because that's what I do. I'm 100% that bitch. And West Marches wasn't really scratching the itches. There's a couple of things that I think are required to make a chronicle like this run well. You really have to be able to get the characters to self-actualize and then just build on whatever bullshit they do. Like Adam completely fucking up his political career before it begins. Also, be ready to improvise, because I have no fucking idea what these guys are going to do from moment to moment. Sometimes I just sit the fuck down and run the game. Tyler Eaton 3500 says, oh shit, we're back, boys. Oh shit, indeed, we are back. Mikomuka 1755 says, ooh, new stuff, I am so happy. As are we. Bio Gundam 6541, it's been a while, looking forward to this. Hopefully we haven't disappointed yet. By the way, if you guys want to comment on anything, by all means, just interject. I'm just going through them.
Yeah, don't worry. Give us a chance, and we'll disappoint them.
Wee Whammy says, the eye stigmata was one of my favorites. I kept imagining the guards' reactions like crossing themselves or saying things like sacred blood or Mother Mary in Latin or something.
I have eye stigmata.
I got the eye stigmata.
Yeah.
Do you mean you have astigmatism? No, I have eye stigmata.
Fucking Bob. I miss Bob so much. Bob, if you ever hear this, we love you. Also, props on what I assume is a custom Valyra Sanguinar avatar. What's up?
The eye stigmata is a nautically yours joke.
Oh, is it? I thought he just pulled that out of his ass. Because the cops asked, why is he crying blood? He's like, he's got the eye stigmata. Okay. Bloma Baumbart, I'm excited as you are that you're back on the radar. Having just started Dust Bowl Blues, I'm sure I'll enjoy this project when I get to it in some years. You might get to it sooner than you think. We still haven't finished Dust Bowl Blues. LLSLD 5808 says, let's go. Indeed. Vasil Kalov. Now this is a welcome surprise. I have been out of touch with what is happening, but I'm always happy to watch some VTM, and we are always happy to have you, friend. This is me. 3 says, nice to see you guys still doing stuff. It is nice to still be doing stuff. Obsidian Huggles 813, I like the concept of the game structure. I might well steal that idea from my own group. Absolutely. Just the important thing is make sure they have goals so they can push themselves forward, and connecting them to NPCs the way I did was very important. They do something similar in LARP, where they'll give you a connection to another player, and the idea is you just need to give them a little nudge in the direction so they can start going on their own. Don't just dump them blind into a brand new setting and expect them to go find your machinations on their own. Give them a little pointer and then hand them enough rope to hang themselves, and whatever they do after that. You know, Josh has a mortal enemy and a child. Adam has a mortal enemy, no children yet. And I don't even know what the fuck Tom is up to. He hasn't told me, and I'm excited to find out. Karna9501, best VTM moments with CAFCON. Excluding already mentioned moments and the How Not to Insert Clan Here series. Fierro turning Betty and being the shittiest sire ever to the point that Betty even goes, wow, you're kind of bad at this. The Malkavian Primogen offering a leg to Xantz to throw at the Garu before cracking open an artery and slurping the contents out of the deceased student on his desk. Literally any moment with Sally. Are you ready to pay with your body, Jabril? All of that was just me trolling him, and I decided to turn her into an actual character like several sessions later.
And then one of the most heartbreaking moments.
Yeah. The tides of fate are funny. Joe's character being known by the Anarchs as Headshot for passing around his headshot alongside communist literature. Xantz and the gang planting the idea that Nazis are killing well-to-do households in America. Knowing about the Nazi Party of America from back then, that could have been a much deeper story beat. Might throw that into one of my games as a more radical Sabbat sect that allies with Black Spirals. Jabril having a Gould camo with celerity named Scheherazade that is prized among his most treasured companions. So many good moments. You guys got me through a lot of overnight watches in the Navy. Y'all never cease to make my days better. P.S. Chaz, if you write a Daggerfall Unity mod, please post the link. I'll play the hell out of it. At some point, I would love to. I cannot fathom having the time for that at the moment, but that sounds super fun as hell. Anyway, Karna, super happy that we could help with that, man. I'm just, we're just a bunch of losers making dick jokes on the internet, man, and it is fucking wacky to find out that we've actually had an effect doing this shit. It feels good. That is all of the comments that we have currently. Mazzy, did you have a vote for tonight? Is there anything you guys wanted to say in response to any of the comments?
No, just we're always happy that we bring some small amount of joy to people by us just goofing around playing tabletop games.
By acting the fool.
For almost 10 years now. On Monday it'll be our 10th year.
Really? Monday?
Oh.
10 years, and we have accomplished jack shit in that time. Josh for getting things done.
We kept an audience though. That's what we did it there.
We kept an audience. We haven't grown one, but we did keep it. Yeah, some of you people have been with us for 10 years. You guys running games online made me want to, which led to me meeting my wife. Holy shit! I did not know that. Wow.
See, because of marriage.
Dude, we've affected people's lives. I don't think we're prepared to have this kind of power.
I'm prepared to abuse power, don't worry.
Away from the shadows.
Well, yeah, thanks all for hanging out again. Who gets the point this time?
Josh and Tom.
Some 7 points for college. Yeah.
May have a kid someday, naming it Chaz. Well, my given name is Charles. So, but I mean, you can call him Chaz if you want. But that is a hefty honor for me, my friend.
Does that make you the Godfather? Yeah. You become the full Italian you're meant to be.
You could be the sire.
Well, I'm pretty sure HTG is the sire. Like that job's taken. Oh, that means a lot. I don't know what to say. Well, I do know what to say. And unfortunately, it's time to say goodnight because it is very late. And we have to get up at extraordinarily unwieldly in the morning. Let me check and see if any of our friends are streaming right now. I kind of doubt it. If not, I might just end. Heartless Halo. Heartless Halo is playing DBD. All right, let's throw it out to Heartless Halo. 10 years of dick jokes. Yeah.
Put on a shirt and sell it.
The 10th anniversary special.
And use of dick jokes.
Alright, good night all you wonderful people. Thanks so much for being here. I am going to go cling to my bed and die. Farewell.
Good night, everybody.
Night, y'all. Yeah.
Peace.